as the Lone Ranger because apparently throughout the entire United States, I'm the only single-party senator in a state legislature. The Ranger may have been alone, but he was a good guy. He was unafraid of the odds against him, and he was able to inspire the townspeople to join together and act in their common defense. I will strive to live up to that reputation. However, the Lone Ranger wasn't alone. Even many of my majority party colleagues have been most accommodating and helpful. For that, I thank them. They understand the need for two parties in the legislature. My role, as I see it, is to ensure that we get the tape right. My role is to ensure that Hawaii's legislature leads in creating a strong and independent Hawaii for our future, and to make sure that we're doing the best that we can with the least that we can for the benefit of all of Hawaii's citizens. Hawaii still enjoys two competitive philosophies, and this is not dependent on the number of Republican senators. Our philosophy emphasizes individual risk and accomplishment, lower taxes on families and small businesses, transparency in government, and more economic choices for everyone. One of the primary differences in our political philosophy is that the party that I represent believes in the ability of each individual to achieve greatness without the yoke of government. Nationally and in Hawaii, we have encouraged an entire generation to shelve their self-reliance and become government-dependent. The result has been more people, even some businesses and organizations, clamoring for government subsidy. They have gone to the taxpayer well too often. Now that well is nearly dry. The big issues we face during this session clearly are the budget, and the budget. We continue to be aware of our state's severe economic challenges, many of which have been created by our own state government. And we know that there has been some positive recovery, notably in the visitor industry, for which we are grateful. But we've not really turned the corner for small businesses, retailing, manufacturing, or most households. We are not inviting new investment or major private job creation to the extent that we need. Without systemic changes, we cannot improve Hawaii's economy. Without holding ourselves to the same laws we pass, we cannot hope to make more transparent what we often do behind closed doors in this building. Expenses can be cut back. They must be cut back in the legislature, just as individuals, families, and small businesses have been doing for years. The era of government-free spending is over, though some people in Hawaii's government remain still in denial. Our state employees' retirement system, the ERS, is deemed the 5th worst in the nation. It's in trouble and underfunded by more than $7 billion. The ERS must be changed for future beneficiaries. Our state museum, the Employees Health Trust Fund, is likewise fiscally challenged due to decades of overgenerous benefits. Our state hospital system needs annual emergency subsidies, as does our Medicaid program. Our Human Services Department revealed the other day it will now operate on a $2.3 billion budget. That cost is second only to education, which it will surpass in a few years. Homelessness grows at an alarming rate without an answer to the financial and human problem. We continue to create more poverty through increased taxes, fees, and regulations, and then we subsidize the result of legislative excess. Hawaii continues to suffer from unfunded federal mandates that are quickly draining our treasury, while diminishing our 10th Amendment sovereignty rights. It's time to take back the inherent state rights granted in the Constitution, and that's the pledge we all took this morning. Government has allowed our basic infrastructure to deteriorate, including our roads, airports, harbors, parks, sewers, and water systems, no matter how much taxpayer money we spend. But this is not just about money. It's about leadership and discipline. It's about setting the bar higher for our citizens to follow. It's about the future that we will leave for our children. Lessons were learned in most other states in the 2010 elections, and the change in political climate outside of Hawaii is real and lasting. Change will come to Hawaii. This session, we must focus on the primary issues important to our residents: jobs, positive business climate, the budget, meaningful education reforms, and infrastructure, and not be dissuaded or out of focus with other issues that are not important to these economic priorities. We believe that instead of just offering opposition to ill-conceived bills or poorly drafted bills, we need to offer real alternatives. We hope to work closely with the majority in the days ahead, and we will detail specifics including an alternative budget, an operated balanced budget showing where cuts could and must be made while keeping our pledge for no new taxes, public education incentives that challenge students and reward meritorious teachers without further restrictions in instructional days, but throwing more dollars, $2.7 billion now, while enrollment, classroom teachers, instructional days, and results decline is not good business, not good education, and must be changed. Our University of Hawaii, my alma mater, needs to be more independent of government micromanagement so it can be truly a great university. Voluntary, reasonable energy alternatives, including authorizing new micro-nuclear facilities for Hawaii, must be explored. Passage of measures to restore political power to all the people, including initiative, referendum, recall, and term limits. And the ability for all of Hawaii's native Hawaiians to join legislators to identify what we all need together here in Hawaii, as opposed to behind closed doors in Washington, D.C. Hawaiians need to be full partners and equal economic beneficiaries in an improved Hawaii. Hawaii needs an economic jumpstart, not from more government stimulus debt, but from the ideas and the experience of those who create jobs. They have offered to help us. We need to listen to them and to act. We can do this. We must listen to the farmers, the restaurateurs, those in the hospitality industry, technology innovators, and the medical professionals when they specifically tell us what they need to succeed. We also celebrate and honor all of our men and women in uniform and are grateful for the military's many contributions, not just financial, to our community. The current economic slowdown actually is a real opportunity for us to right size. Our state government has been growing exponentially faster than the private sector, and the taxpayers have called upon to support it. Through public workforce attrition and smart deployment of our limited resources, we can bring government to the size we can afford while still protecting our core services. Our professed belief in sustainability should not be solely related to energy. We need to allow families and small businesses to sustain their standard of living by not overburdening them with more taxes and fees. We also know that we need to have both a viable economy and a pristine environment. Medical waste and other toxins in our oceans is outrageous and unacceptable. Failure of government despite massive tax dollars. Not surprisingly, there is public discontent with our state legislature. Many believe we spend too much time on increasing our own salaries and benefits exempting ourselves from the laws that we pass, and covering up questionable ethics. The good news is we have several new fresh faces and the tools and resources if we have the political will to change. We are a compassionate people, but not at the expense of complacency of our fiscal responsibilities. Your minority stands for the enforcement of existing laws rather than more laws. We approach this session with enthusiasm for the opportunities that these tough times present, and we believe in Hawaii's people. We celebrate our individual God-given liberty and our ability to change for the better. This is not a partisan issue. We can navigate a different course. We can make that happen with a vision of what Hawaii can be. Let's start today. Mahalo, God bless Hawaii, and aloha.
At this time, the chair will call for a short recess subject to the call of the chair.